my personal finance game. This mindset literally helped me to pay off over $70,000 in debt. It's helped me to save over $50,000 in like 16, 17 months. And this mindset is what has helped me to have over $220,000 in credit limits in under like 10 accounts. My average credit card has like 10, 15K of credit limits. And I'm sitting down on like, and it's helped me also to have a credit score of 812. Like, let that sink in. I have over $220,000 in credit limits and a credit score of 812. Plus, I've been able to save close to $60,000 in under 18 months. So this mindset work. It's not about if they work, they work. And it's also helped a lot of my students who have trained or who has helped people who have become personal finance masters. And if you do the same mindset, if you apply them diligently in your money every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every 6 months, every year, you will see changes in your money game. You will see a transformation like never before. And so, and I want to know something. One thing about mindset, people think, oh, mindset, we are born. Nobody's born with mindsets. We all grow into it. Some people may be more, I would say, more comfortable with particular mindsets, but at the core, mindsets are things that we ourselves have to develop and grow into. And it's a constant, consistent growth. And so, number one mindset, we probably know this already, is discipline. Discipline, and beautiful thing about discipline is it's applicable across all facets of our lives. As a Christian, you have to be disciplined to say no to things or do things that may not be easy for you to do, like praying in the midnight or praying in the morning or reading your Bible or go to church even when you're tired. Discipline also in your marriage, right? You have to be disciplined to say no. If you're a guy married to a woman, say no to other girls that like you. You say no to temptations, or say yes to helping your wife when she's tired or when you're tired. Discipline is the ability, at the core of discipline, it is the ability to say no or yes to things that will help you reach your goals. That's it. And I know you can, even me, every day I struggle with discipline. I may be disciplined in my money management game, but I struggle with discipline in other areas because there are so many distractions. And so, how can we bring it home to our personal finances? Discipline shows up in different ways. Number one, saying no to expenses or saying yes to things that you need to do to help you with your money, or taking actions that align with your money goal. Discipline is the act of, you know what, I have to live under my means. I have to either automate my savings or manually set aside every amount of money from my paycheck or from my business to an account. Discipline is you being able to order and say, you know what, I am not going to splurge this time around. I will splurge next month. I will splurge next year. Discipline is you saying, I am tired right now, but I need to update my budget. Discipline shows up in the little things. Discipline is saying, you know what, I want to use my credit card for this purchase. I'm going to use my debit card. Discipline also shows up in your payment of credit card debts. You might say, oh, I've been paying it for 6 months. I don't want to pay this month. Discipline is the same thing that helps you become jacked up in the gym, helps you become fit, helps you become healthy. 4 a.m. going to the gym is not easy. Or maybe you go to the gym in the afternoon or during lunch break. Like, even me right now, I'm so busy with my other businesses, but I'm disciplined. Say I must put out content every week at the minimum that shows value and helps people in their personal finance journey. So discipline is a key aspect if you want to achieve personal finance mastery. You want to achieve, oh, oh man, how can I make $1 billion this year? That is a $1 million question. I am also chasing that, and it's a process. But I don't think it can happen in a year. I think it can happen in 10 years. I think it can happen in, let's see, maybe 5 years. It just depends on a lot of things that have to go into the process. But at the core of it is discipline. You have to be disciplined to take actions. You have to be disciplined to say no or to say yes. You have to be disciplined to do the hard things, even when you don't feel like doing them. If it was so easy, everybody would be doing it. But because it's very hard, people struggle. And that's why you need discipline. When I think back on my journey of how I was able to become debt free, achieve this high feats of financial freedom that I have, or get to the level that I'm right now financially, there was a lot of discipline. There was a lot of sacrifices. There was a lot of pain that I had to endure to get to my goal. But look at me today. Discipline is what is done behind the scenes that people say, wow, well done, bravado. And discipline is you saying, hey, maybe when your friends are saying that, let's go out for a drink or go out for a party or something, you're like, well, I don't have the finances, or maybe it's not in my budget. No, I'm not saying you should not go out. Maybe in that month you spend too much money and you already have things you're planning for, it's on your budget. Just the discipline says, no. Discipline says, well, I want to eat out today, but I know I can cook. I don't want to cook, but I have to cook, so I don't have to spend 20 bucks. I'm not saying 20 bucks is the problem, but you get the gist. Discipline is doing the right things even when it's not easy. Discipline is following through on a commitment even when the odds look bleak. It is the repetitive action that you take every day to achieve your goals that puts you forward. So when I think about my life and the kind of financial freedom or the kind of little financial goals that I've been able to achieve, discipline is at the rock of it. I have to say no to a lot of things. Also saying yes. Saying yes to keeping track of my budget, saying yes to consistently saving every month, saying yes to the vow or the promise that I made to myself to pay off my debts. Discipline is me saying yes and saying, you know what, I'm busy. I'm working on many things, but my priority is to show up for my audience and dish out personal finance nuggets that help them in their journey or on their path to becoming personal finance masters. That's why I like the issue of the car, because I have no excuse. I don't have to set it up in my studio, have my lights on, have my camera. I'm in a car. I'm making a car. I'm teaching value and giving real lessons. And it doesn't matter if it's in the car, I'm in the plane, I'm on the road. As long as you can hear me clearly, as long as I'm able to communicate my thoughts clearly, hey, I get it done. It may not be easy. That's why it's called discipline. It doesn't have to be sexy. You don't. I think about people that go to the gym, like it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to the gym, I'm excited. No. But it's like, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym grumpily. I'm going to just go and just, take my day. Guess what? That's how they get to the goal of, whatever weight they want to be, whatever six packs they want to make, whatever things that they want to do. And so discipline is very, very important. I see a comment now saying about should drop business ideas. There is no lack of business ideas. There's only a lack of execution. There's always going to be business ideas. There's always going to be things that can be done to make money. And the issue is always more money. The issue is always more management. The issue is becoming a better manager of the resources that you have right now, so that when the business opportunities arise or when the business ideas come, you can execute it. Because if you look around you, there's real estate, there's businesses, there's stocks, there's investment that you can take that can triple your wealth. But the problem most people have is they're not prepared. They don't have the resources to tap into those opportunities. For example, I was talking to one of my wealthy friends and I was trying to do an investment, right? But then guess what? When the investment came, the required amount to invest was $46,000. He didn't have $46,000 to invest. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't have he couldn't have come up with the money if he had to, but the point is, he wasn't prepared to invest $46,000 for a 10% return every year plus his money after 5 years. $46,000 was very hard for him to come by. Now, you ask me, well, what would I do next time? Again, it's not about having more money. More money sometimes is always is equal to more problem, or to more, like you said, more money, more problems. But like I was talking about, Discipline is one of the key things you have to imbibe. Discipline is important. The beautiful thing about discipline is you can choose from tomorrow, today. Like, you don't have to wait till when you're 40, 60, or 10 years old to become disciplined. It is the actions that you take daily and every day that helps you to achieve those personal finance goals. Mindset 2, long-term thinking. A lot of times when I talk to people that are looking for help with their personal finances and they're in trouble, is because they were so short-term minded. One of my mentors gave me a quote that has stuck with me for a while. It says you have two options: short-term pain, long-term gain. Short-term gain, long-term pain. We all have to go through pain and gain. You just have to figure out what is important to you. Do you want to go through the pain in the short term so that long term you can enjoy, or you can go through the you can enjoy yourself now and then long term you're going to go through pain. Either ways, you must go through pain and there's some gain. And part of becoming a personal finance master is being able to understand strategically how to think long term. In the short term, you might be suffering, right? You're not flying out to Bora Bora. You're not driving a Mercedes Benz. You are not wearing Louis Vuitton shirts. You're not, you know, but driving Rolls Royces. In the short term, you might be what prioritizing, keeping to your budget, saving, paying off debt, avoiding debt. But the muscle and the benefit that you will reap at the end is going to be so worth it. And so when I was thinking about my time, like, what got me into trouble was I was just enjoying myself. I was traveling, I was enjoying, I was buying things, I was going on vacation, I was shopping, I was just spending, I was buying, 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 buying. That's it. Buying, buying, buying. I was in the short term, like, YOLO, leave now, let me just enjoy myself. And got me into trouble. That's why I was in so much debt. But for me to climb out of that debt and remain out of debt, I had to take strong choices and become long-term focused. I had to start thinking, I'm going to have to get married. I have a family. I'm going to have to take care of myself. What do I have to do right now? And so I had to now go through short-term pain, cut my expenses. I had to move in with a friend, started saving every month, paying up my debts, say bye-bye to credit cards. I took different actions in the short term that was painful, because in the long-term view, I was thinking, wow, I can't wait to be debt-free. I can't wait to have more money in my savings account. I can't wait for my credit score to improve. And guess what? There's going to be gains. By the end of 1 year or 2 years, I was already in the 700 credit score. And now, fast forward 5 years after, I'm sitting on a much bigger credit score. I have over $200,000 in credit limits. I just got an email on, also today is Wednesday. On Monday, one of my credit card companies that I had increased my credit limit to $12,000. I didn't ask for it. Just say, hey, congrats, we are increasing your credit limits. Again, because of those actions, long-term thinking, you have to think in the long term. You have to think, what are my long-term goals? Debt-free, save more money, keep to budget, like whatever your goals are, that's why you have to think about this long-term strategy. There is always a long-term strategy you have to have in mind. And so for you to become a personal finance master, that is something you have to keep in mind every day. Long-term thinking. Like I said, you have to pick either short-term pain and long-term gain, or short-term gain, long-term pain. And the irony of it is that I will tell you, I've lived both. And I can tell you from experience, short-term pain is better than long-term pain. Short-term pain may be 4 years, it may be 5 years, but rest assured, the gain you experience will be worth it all and then more. Yes, I look back on the amount of times I suffered just to get to where I'm today. I had to pay a lot of price. I had to cut my costs. No shopping. I had to say no to trips. I had to say no to excesses of going out. And it was painful then, but I was able to save so much money, pay off my debt, and then also be a blessing to people. Every year, in the last couple of years right now, my wife and I pay tens of thousands of dollars in tax and offerings. Every year. Not 10,000, tens of thousands of dollars, not tens of naira, like every year. And that's because of the actions you're able to take. When you're taking those short-term pains and you think long-term, you're able to also give and impact lives. You're also able to enjoy a fuller life. So when you think about short-term pain, long-term gain, long-term thinking is very, very important to think about when trying to achieve your goals of becoming a personal finance master. Then number 3 and the third mindset, consistency. You have to be consistent. Like, I can't stress this enough. Again, this is something that you have to do every day, day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, every day. And sometimes you make mistakes, but you have to be consistent in your actions. You have to take steps every day that help you reach your goals. You have to take daily actions, daily things that will help you reach your goals. Remember, I talked about number 1 step, right? Which is what? Discipline. Discipline is not about one day on, one day off. No, discipline is consistency, and then you have to be consistent in your actions. Taking steps every day, every month, every week, every year. It's not easy. Today you track your spending. Tomorrow you say no to going out. Next week you say no to shopping. Next time you say no to buying this. Whatever it is, one of the beautiful things about my program or about me is that I don't tell you what to do with your money. As long as you, because money is more than just physical, it's also as emotional, right? As long as you stay within your budget, as long as you have a budget, you have a goal, you're staying with it, it's fine with me. I have people that cannot do without eating out, and they rather live under the bridge than cook. God bless you. But guess what? They stay in their budget. They eat at a lot, and so they, instead of living in a big house, they live in a small house. Instead of wearing designer, they just wear normal clothes. I don't know. Like, everybody has different things. I have another person, he loves cars so much, from Ford Mustang to Corvettes. But guess what? He doesn't travel. He doesn't do a lot of shopping. He keeps cars are his thing. There's a nice house, mother's house. My point is that whatever will make you happy, do it. But you have to be consistent in your action. If you are paying for your debts, do it every month. If you are trying to save money every month, if you're trying to be in budget, try to keep your tracking every month. If you are trying to stop relying on credit cards, do it every day, every week, every month. You have to be consistent in your action. There's no other way. Like, I think about, like, even for me to making this content, it's not easy, but I have to be consistent. I might not pick it. Now I'm trying to move towards a specific day and time. At least I'm trying to make progress because I have like what, two, no, three businesses I'm working on. And I think that's too much. I need to focus on like one or two and go all in on it, right? So I have enough things taking my time, but I don't have any excuse. I have to be consistent. I know I can make a content every week. On my break time, I can say, you know what, today's Wednesday, today's Tuesday, whatever it is, I'm going to come out there, make a video that makes people take changes towards their finances. You have to be consistent, and it's not going to be easy. Nobody says it's going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not going to be easy. But if you can be consistent, I promise you, as you take in more reps, more reps. I remember when I was like, I remember when I first started my gym journey, like, yeah, like 10 years ago. It wasn't easy for me. Like, I would struggle to get out of bed, struggle to go to the gym. But because I was consistent, I was able to start carrying what I went from 30 pounds to 50 pounds bench pressing. And I went to like 80 pounds because I was consistent. Sooner or later, my body started adapting to the whole situation because of consistency. And so today, I want to leave you with those 3 mindsets. These things have literally transformed my money game. They've helped me pay up my debt, helped me to save money. They've helped me to live below my means. They've helped me to touch people's lives. They've helped me to give. If you can, number 1, be disciplined and say no or yes to things you need to do. Number 2, have a long-term thinking mindset, long-term gain. That means in the short term, you're going to pay some prices, which is okay. You're going to have to say no. You're going to have to suffer a little bit before you enjoy. That's okay. Number 3, you have to be consistent. Take each step at a time. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Do what you say you're going to do and do it repeatedly. My friend, my brother, my sister, you're going to reach the goal. And that's what I'm leaving with today. Thanks for watching. Please share this video if you found it very useful. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section. Until next time, bye for now.